Hi, this is Tamara from mooglyblog.com, and I was very excited to be asked to design a crochet scrunchie for Madelinetosh this year. I got to use Madelinetosh Vintage. You can see some of it right here. This is such a gorgeous yarn. It is a 3 lightweight yarn, 100% superwash merino, and it feels great in the hand, and it works up beautifully in this crochet scrunchie that I've made right here. I use this lovely purple colorway, but of course there are lots of gorgeous colors to choose from. It's made very simply, and I will show you how to do that right now. Now let's take a closer look at this crochet scrunchie. You can see here it is nice and stretchy, and it has lots of great ruffles built in. To make this, I used 50 yards of the Madelinetosh Vintage. You can see right here, this is the Star Scatter colorway. Absolutely gorgeous, and you'll be able to get several scrunchies out of each skein. You'll also need a USI 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, and of course, the elastic band that you crochet around. You can use a thick band, a thin band, whatever suits your hair, and ultimately, any size. This is sort of the standard size of hairbands, a couple different ones that I've picked up here over the years, and you can see here that's the same size I used here. However, the instructions for this pattern are pretty flexible. We start out with 40 stitches around this band, but that's for this sized band. If you want to use a larger band for your hair or a much smaller band, just make sure you start out with an even number of stitches around that band, and you'll be able to follow the pattern for as long as you like. Also, I want to point out that I stopped after 5 rows, but you could just keep repeating round 3 for an even bigger and fluffier scrunchie if you want to. So I'm going to demonstrate now how we get started with this crochet scrunchie. So to begin our crochet scrunchie, we want to start with a slip knot on our hook, just as we do for most crochet patterns. So I'll make my slip knot and get it right on my hook. And I always like to leave a nice length so I can weave it in at the end. So then we're just going to start crocheting right around the hairband itself, just as if we were crocheting into a chain space or perhaps into a magic ring. That's how we're going to treat this hairband. We can just go right on in there, and I like to hold on to the tail end of my yarn for a little bit more stability here. But you can see I've just laid the band right over my hook, and then I can grab the yarn here on the other side with my yarn over and pull it up and pull through here for a single crochet. It's just that simple. We just need to keep making single crochets right around our hairband. Now, like I said earlier, for a standard size hairband like this, I used 40 single crochets to get a really nice covering. But if you have a larger hairband or a smaller one that you want to use, just make sure that you have an even number of stitches around your hairband, and you'll be able to continue with the pattern as written. It's just, of course, those final totals for the numbers will be different. But you can see just how easy it is. I just go right into that space right in the middle of the hairband, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 to finish my single crochet, and then go back in for another one. And just keep crocheting right around your hairband, like I say, until you have a really nice solid covering. You do want the stitches to be pretty close together because when you stretch out that hairband, you don't want that hairband to show. If we go back to our finished scrunchie here, you can see how very thoroughly that it did cover that band. If we pull it open, of course, we can see a little bit of it, but when it's closed, it is nice and covered. And of course, when you wear it in your hair, it'll all be covered by the hair and these great, big, beautiful ruffles. Now, as you continue making single crochets around your band, in order to fit them all in, you may want to take the time every few stitches and scooch them down on your band so you can create more room to keep putting in those stitches. After you've got your 40 stitches made around your hairband, or however many fills up your band, then you'll want to go ahead and join with a slip stitch. To do that, you simply find the very first single crochet you made around your band, go in under the top 2 loops with your hook, yarn over and pull that loop through and through the other loop that you had on your hook. And that joins those 2 stitches together. From there, you can continue with the pattern. And round 2 is just as easy, but this time we're adding chains. We chain 1, single crochet in each stitch. So we start right ahead with that first stitch right there, and then chain 1. Then we move on to the next stitch. Go under the top 2 loops of the next stitch, make a single crochet, and then chain 1. And that's how we continue all the way around for round 2. Rounds 3 and 4, and indeed further, if you want to make an even bigger scrunchie, we simply do the same thing. single crochet and chain 1, but we do it in each stitch and in each chain space. To finish the whole thing off, simply chain 1 and single crochet in each stitch and chain space around, and you'll end up with a beautiful crochet scrunchie. And that's how to crochet this great crochet scrunchie. As you can see, it's got lots of stretch for every hairstyle, and you can use your favorite style hairband inside. It's pretty darn simple to make, but it's a real joy made with Madelinetosh Vintage. So I hope you'll check it out and check out all of Madelinetosh's great yarns and patterns. Thanks so much for watching.